I'm excited to be here in Austin, Texas for a songwriting workshop at Reach Church. Got a lot of friends here and excited to connect with the team. And here in this video, got some footage just to show you a little bit what a songwriting workshop looks like. Because for you teams that want to write songs, this is something that you can do periodically, whether it's once a year, a few times a year, once a month, whatever you want it to be, where you bring your team together and do some breakouts with some specific focuses and write songs together. So it's just a way, it's like a catalyst for creative ideas to flourish. You know, when you get it on the calendar and you schedule it, you make it happen, the creativity will follow that discipline. You know, what's that one quote that says, the true professional doesn't wait for inspiration to strike, but works in anticipation of it. I think that was Stephen Pressfield. So this is one way to do that. So I'm excited to show you a little bit more about a songwriting retreat here at Reach Church in Austin, Texas. Let's go. Love this here. Got all these businesses, animal clinic, smell some donuts. And then up here, ladies and gentlemen, you got Reach Church. Reach Church, baby, this is great. Get some, there we go. It's fantastic. It's going to be a good morning. So I really want to break down this songwriting retreat thing for you, because anybody can do this. Any team can do this, just like we're doing here at Reach Church in Austin. All it takes is a little intentionality and some creative planning. So part of what we did with this retreat is it was a one-day thing, you know, just a Saturday morning for 3-4 hours where we got the team together and we're just writing songs. And part of that is having some focused songwriting breakouts where you split up the team into 2, 3, 4, 5, however many people you have, split it up and have people go and write for 45 minutes, okay? Put a little bit of time restraint on the writing session and say, hey, come back with an idea in 45 minutes. And so for this retreat, we gave some focused topics to those 45-minute sessions. The first session was one where we said, hey, what's God doing in your church? What's God doing here at Reach Church? And we just brainstormed some different topics that came out of that. And we went and we wrote based on those topics. It was fantastic. Another session was about going and writing a fast song, because naturally nobody writes fast songs, right? Force your creativity into a little bit of a boundary, so to speak. You never know what's going to come out of that. And so what you can do this as a team, where you can develop these sessions that you go and write for based on sermon series that your pastor is doing, based on certain kind of song that you want. You know, you can even say to your team, hey, the word is grace. Go write a song based on grace. The word is the cross. Go write a song based on the cross, right? And by pushing your team out there, by forcing them into these creative topics,
you just never know what kind of creativity can come out of that. Because if you're like me, you tell yourself a story and you start to believe that story. You've maybe told yourself, I'm not really a songwriter, or I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm really bad with lyrics, or I'm not a musician. And all of those things are lies, because you have to get started to even see if you're good at something. Put yourself out there. And that's what's great about these writing retreats, is because you don't have to do it all yourself. If you look at most songs these days, there's typically 3, 4, 5, sometimes even more songwriters per song. And that's because writers are surrounding themselves with people that are better than them. You might be great with lyrics, so you want to get yourself around a producer, right? Or someone who's really good at melody. You might want to team up with someone who's really good with lyrics and writes poetry all the time. What's your strength? Develop that strength and get in a room with someone else, right? Be bold. Launch yourself out there. Honestly, I can't wait to see what comes out of these songs that were written at this retreat, because every time it's like a surprise, you know? Like, people surprise themselves whenever they're bold and they're vulnerable and they launch their idea out into the open. I can't wait to see. But here's the hard part. The hard part about songwriting is not the songwriting retreat. It's about the work that goes into it afterwards, right? So it's about the editing process. It's about writing and rewriting and tweaking until you have a really, really great song. Not to tweak endlessly to where you never have a completed song, but not settling on that original idea, not stopping too early in the process, but working on it, right? And not just allowing these files to sit in Evernote or in a Dropbox folder for an eternity, but actually getting them done. So that's my challenge to you. Schedule a songwriting retreat on a Saturday with your team. Collect some files, get a bunch of song starts, and then finish those songs. And I'm here to help. If you need any help, let me know. Love you guys.